Hi, this is Pop K Dramas with Bruce and Alice.
Hey,
We just watched the first episode of Squid Game,
Squid Game. Yes.
and I feel like we need to kind of like tell them why we chose it because we just finished Boys Over Flowers.
Yes.
It's October 6th today,
Yeah, I think
2021.
I'm on sabbatical, so I have no sense of time.
So we were gonna watch another Lee Min-ho movie,
Mhm.
and then we were gonna watch
Mr. Sunshine.
Mr. Sunshine. I wanted to watch a historical drama. So we were
Yeah.
going to watch that. We were set to watch
Yeah.
it. And then we walk into our daughter's room and she's watching a Korean show.
Yes.
And so we flip out.
Squid Game. Yes, it's on screen. Yeah.
We were like, what are you watching? And so she said all her friends are watching it.
Mhm.
So Bruce kind of looked it up and we're like, let's just go for it. She's watching it. Maybe
Yeah.
we can talk to her about
It's
it.
really popular on Netflix, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we kind of didn't even think about it. We need to not plan, I think. Because we're so bad. There's so many shows we
Yeah.
plan, and then we
Mhm.
see another show and we get all excited.
Yeah, every single time. But Boys Over Flowers, we were set, and we knew we were in that one for the long
But
haul.
we just can't decide
yeah.
what to watch until like that second.
It's really hard for us because I mean, look, folks, it's like we can go back and review stuff because that was what Boys Over Flowers wound up being, but it's like we have no idea what people are gonna like, and so we are kind of like promising to ourselves to stop trying to figure out what y'all want to watch and just watch what we want to watch, and hopefully, we are in sync with each other when it comes to stuff like that.
So tell us before I start with who's in it,
Yeah.
the actors. Just give us a really small, like, what is this about?
Yeah, look, I got one sentence for you. Running Man.
And if you haven't
But
watched
I mean,
Running
if
Man,
you have, I know exactly right. It's like if you this is
that's
old school.
That's old.
It's old school Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where it's a game show, but it's lethal. That's it. That's really all you need to know, that these folks are competing for a big grand prize, but if they lose, they die. That's it. Yeah. And so it is super, super intense. It took a while for that first episode to get to the sweet spot, if you would.
Yeah,
it felt like it took a long time to kind of get to that sweet spot. But once it got there, it's like, whoa!
Yeah. It's also like the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah, Hunger. Yeah, so it's like it would be the Korean version of. Well, it's not. No, I mean, Hunger Games has so many more other connotations to it, but definitely like the Hunger Games. There was this other one that I remember watching. It was called Russian Roulette, and so Russian Roulette is definitely a lot more along these lines because of the type of characters that they pick in order to play the game. In Hunger Games, they took the best of the best in order to try to quell rebellions and stuff like that, right? To try to minimize
there's a lot
resistance, right?
Yes.
And there was so much more than just the Hunger Games. But that movie I was talking about, Russian Roulette, along with Squid Game, it's picking people who are super down on their luck. Like they really have no other choices out there in the universe. And so they really do need to do something drastic like this in order to try to change their life.
I was thinking, what do you call this type of show, this movie, this of playing a game for your life, like a genre? Or I guess I was trying to figure out, is there a name, like a one word that you would call it? But I was thinking something like, oh, we had the Running Man. That's, that was the first time we had a show like that.
Mhm.
But then I was starting to think back, but isn't it also like Gladiators? I mean, things like this go way back where you're fighting for your life again, kind of, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely. But see, like I said, all of those, there's this connotation that this is not in any way, shape, or form voluntary. Gladiators is like, you were a slave and you fought or you died. That's it, right? Yeah. But for this one, it's kind of like they make it seem like there's a choice involved. They just don't know what they're choosing.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And so, but anyway, that's the closest we can get.
If you knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna see.
I'm telling you, I'm super excited to watch this.
Are you?
I am excited to watch this one. This is.
I am excited.
Yeah, yeah. The way that they ended it. Woo!
I was first like, oh, I want to see a love story. Can we watch a love story? Because
yeah, but it's only 9 episodes. It's only 9 episodes. I heard they're committed to a second season. I hope they don't mess it up by trying to take it to a third. But yeah, like this should be pretty hot. Yeah.
Maybe they have a love story in it. Oh, like Hunger Games.
It's gonna be really hard to do a love story when everything's so lethal, right? I mean, it's like, well, how
So is Hunger Games.
Especially when you're competing against the person that's actually in
Hunger Games did that.
Hunger Games did it, but remember the premise of Hunger Games is very different. That you're fighting for your district in the Hunger Games, not just your survival. And so here, it's literally an individualized game. It's just about you. Now, if you form alliances and stuff like that, we'll see what winds up happening, like how the games kind of play out. But man, anyway, I feel like I'm jumping to the end right there. But
let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the characters.
Drama sheet all filled out. Can you see it?
It's gonna autofocus and then autofocus back.
Okay, go to talkiedramas.com and you can print this out as well and follow along because there are a lot of characters.
A lot of characters. Yeah.
You don't necessarily need to know all of them because they don't last very long.
But for real, and then there's like a ton of cameo appearances.
There's a lot of guest roles in there, and we'll talk about that. I want to talk about the director and the screenwriter, Wong Dong-hook.
Yeah.
But he sounds pretty exciting. He hasn't done a ton of stuff that I noticed. I like to go to my dramalist.com and I kind of just follow their format. He has won Best Film for Silence.
Okay.
He won Best Screenplay for a movie called The Fortress, which sounds like I would like to watch it.
Yeah. What about Silence? Is that one Best Film? You don't want to watch Silence also?
You know what? Only because I just didn't look it up.
Okay.
But I was reading about Fortress.
Understood.
And it's a movie, and we just got done watching a few movies.
Right.
And so, anyways, he sounds kind of exciting. I mean, he's a director and screenwriter.
Yeah. Look,
so it sounds pretty.
Yeah. If he's directing something and doing stuff for Netflix, then he's already paid some dues already. So just saying, right?
Okay.
It's like Netflix ain't gonna throw money at people who are untested.
So the main actors on my drama list, Lee Jung-jae, he plays Gi-hoon, number 456. So all of these
456.
All of these contestants are numbered.
Indeed.
And they're just numbered. Okay, so he started off, I wanted to talk about him. He started off modeling in 1993. He got Best New Actor Award in 1995 for Sandglass, which looks pretty good.
Okay.
And you know what they said on my drama list? That was the highest rating drama of all time.
Really?
Sandglass.
Okay.
I kind of want to watch it.
That might make it to the list.
Okay.
Or we'll just say we're going to do it and then not.
There's so many. You just can't get to them all.
That's true. There's no way, there's no way that we're ever going to be able to get done with all the things that we want to watch. That's for sure.
And we even watch other little things sometimes.
Indeed.
Star Trek we're watching. I usually fall asleep.
Star Trek.
It's just too
Next
much.
generation.
It's too much. Okay. We have a woman, Jung Ho Yeon, number 67.
She has a lot of potential. I'm telling you.
You think so?
She's definitely rolling on my anti-hero. She's already
she's a little thuggish, huh?
Oh yeah.
She's thuggish. You like that. Kang Se-byuk is who she plays. She's 27 years old. She's actually a fashion model.
Okay.
And Vogue named her the next top model. So that's kind of exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You wouldn't know that from film because she's a thug, straight up. It's I already see, all the thug appeal is right there, and it's I think her character is a North Korean defector and everything. I don't know.
That's right. They mentioned that.
Oh yeah, so that's the real deal. I like it.
Okay, Park Hae-soo, number 218.
Okay.
He plays Cho Sang-woo, and he's a contestant. He was named Best New Actor in Prison Playbook. And Legend of the Blue Sea, which is Lee Min-ho. That's the only movie of Lee Min-ho's that we haven't watched.
Yes, because for some reason you were totally turned off by the mermaid thing.
Was I?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah.
And that's your girl too. Is like, it's kind of funny because I don't know what it was about that dynamic, but
What girl is it?
it's the woman from My Love from Another Star.
Oh, I like her too. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good to put that on my list.
Well, that's the only one that we haven't watched, and so
Yeah,
we should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had June, and I didn't even write down what his character was. So, but he's in there. But he's a model, and he was in Romance is a Bonus Book.
Okay.
He was in that. So if you watch that, there's a
Mm.
character. And
Gotta
okay,
have some
so
young dudes.
so
You gotta have
those
some
were
young
the
folks in there.
4 main roles that my drama list listed.
Yeah.
But we already said there's like 40 guest roles. Honorable mention here.
South Korea's grandma.
Kim Young-ok. Yes, she's in everything.
Yeah.
She's 83 years old.
She's in
everything.
Yeah. She look good. I'm 83. Shoot.
She's 83. She
Holding
plays
it down still. I like it.
She plays Gi-hoon's mother or
Mhm.
grandmother, they said. She plays her grandmother. That's not right. It's her mother. They play his
It's
mother.
his mother.
Yeah, number 456.
Yeah.
It's his mother.
Mhm.
And then Gong Yoo.
Hey!
We like him. He's from the
I know you got so excited. You got excited, didn't you?
I forgot he was in it. And then he sat down and I was like, oh, finally, I needed some.
I'll tap
I needed some eye candy. I needed some eye candy in this
Hey,
show.
I ain't gonna lie to you because the lead guy, not the most attractive dude.
But he was a model.
He was well. He bet. I don't know.
We don't know what he
I don't know what he was modeling. He might have been a foot model. I'm just saying. That's so wrong. Hand model. Hey, you might look good in a pair of jeans. I'm just saying. I don't know. But
oh, you're right. Could be.
You know what? But it's also, you said 1993. I mean, that's almost 20. That's 20
30.
something, almost 30 years. Like, yeah. So
27.
we got it. I'll be nice.
I know.
Because I'm sure somebody's saying that about me too right now. But I look good for 50.
That you probably look good 37 years, 27 years ago.
I look good at 50.
Bruce probably looked good.
I still ain't got no wrinkles. You can say what people can say whatever they want. I
Just
still
because you
ain't
don't
got
have wrinkles doesn't mean that you won't look good.
I don't have any hair. Well, I
Okay.
do have hair, but it's patchy. But anyway, what?
Let's move on.
Okay.
Gong Yoo.
Let's get back to Gong Yoo.
Yes.
Let's get back to your boy. Yes,
Okay.
please.
So he's only in 2 episodes, 1 and 9.
Okay. So that's the last episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. He comes back.
Yeah,
so he plays a salesman.
Okay.
He does it well too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I would buy from him.
I'm sure you would.
Sign me up.
What would you buy from him? Anything.
Sign me up. I'll play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anyways, it's an action thriller, drama, mystery, and it aired September 17th, 2021. So it is fresh off the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
9
And
episodes.
it's rolling. It's rolling. It's still in like Netflix is like top 10 thing. I saw, like I said, like a newspaper article or something like that, from whatever. But and it was talking about how this one has just kind of captured people's imagination. It's like I said, the Korean version of, I don't want to say Hunger Games or whatever. Yeah, conceptually it's not new, but it's a Korean version of it. I really like it.
But if you think about it too, all these younger kids like Alana watching it, they've never seen The Running Man.
Yeah, they never seen Running Man. They see, so they may have something to tie it to because most of them have probably seen Hunger Games.
Yeah,
so it's something to connect to that space. For sure.
Oh my gosh, it is a thriller.
No, yeah, look, and by the way, look straight up. It's like, you know what? This might not hit people, hit people in the right spot because we did notice. Like I said, we want to make sure it's like we're honest with ourselves. Like we're gonna watch stuff that we want to watch, and so Kingdom. And not a lot of people wanted to watch it. It's like as far as listenership, not a whole bunch of people wanted to watch or listen to Kingdom. That's not one of our top listened to, podcasts or anything.
If you haven't listened to it.
But Kingdom is fire. But Kingdom is fire. But if you're not in the but if you're not in the running zombies, that's just too scary for you.
But I wasn't either, and I don't like zombies.
Yeah.
And
this one, these folks are getting murked. Like bang, bang, bang.
Oh
like
my God.
It's a big freaking deal. Like it is like if you can't deal with it, then you know what? This is gonna be another one. That's
okay, so let's start off from the beginning.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so it starts off talking about this one child's game, and it gave the rules on how you play. And you know,
Squid Game.
Exactly. It's called Squid Game.
Yeah.
And that's why the title of this show, because it's a kid's game that you play, and you know, you have to if you get out, you're dead.
Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to think of like the United States equivalent. There really isn't one.
I'm like,
maybe
hopscotch?
It's like kind of like
hopscotch, because they're jumping in spaces. So Squid Game, they're jumping in spaces, but if you get out of the marked area, then you're out.
Right.
You know, hopscotch, kind of. You have to stay within the lines.
Yeah, but the physical part of it is almost like capture the flag.
You're right.
Then that one where you like jump on people. I don't know. It's like there really is. I really was racking my brain about it, but there really is no United States equivalent of this Squid Game.
Yeah.
And so
it starts off like that with some kids playing the Squid Game and them giving you the rules. And then we get introduced to the main character, Gi-hoon.
Mm-hmm.
And it's his daughter's birthday. And all of the first half is to just, I guess, give his character
about a good solid like 40 minutes or so of just, you know,
basically
he's character development.
Yeah, he's down and out. He's been divorced. He has a daughter who's what? How old did they say she was? 9?
Yeah, I guess she would be like 9 or 10, maybe.
And he had a couple failed business attempts. He lost his job, tried to start 2 businesses, didn't work. He owes loan sharks.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of money.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote it down, but now I don't know where it is. But yeah, so basically. Here it is. Yeah, he owes 160 million won to loan sharks. Do you know how much that is in American money?
It would be 160,000.
Okay, that's a good.
Take off 3 zeros.
And then he mooches from his mother.
Indeed.
The whole ATM scene was hilarious. I loved it. I thought it was funny. It was cute.
Yeah. You know what? And that is funny. But it's also, I think it was kind of like they wanted to demonstrate like the dude can think a little bit, right? It's like there was a moment where he could think because he figured out the passcode. Yeah. I mean, it's not like it took any great, leap or whatever, but it really was kind of like he could think a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's not that stupid, right? Yeah. He's a guy. I mean, if you're gonna be sympathetic to him, he's down on his luck.
He is.
And then he got hooked on gambling, and now that's a wrap. Like everything just came spiraling after that.
Yeah. So the first part. I mean, he seems like he's a nice guy. He loves his daughter. Right. And it's her birthday, so the mother gives him some money. He's supposed to go buy her some chicken, and then he gambles that money away.
Fried chicken, to be specific.
Fried chicken.
Probably at that barbecue fried chicken place that we always be seeing, that we were seing on what you call the King. Just saying that.
Yeah.
That was good. Just want to say that was good. I'm gonna get back there.
We have some pictures on our Instagram of Bruce eating fried chicken like he's a king.
Indeed.
You can go to our Instagram and watch it. So he loses all that money. He's supposed to go buy her chicken, a gift. He gambles it away, and then what happens? He gets a
So he doesn't know. So what wound up happening? He mooched some money off of his mom's, right? Yes. They go to the racetrack with the homie, right? Oh no! And so he mooched the money off his mom. The ATM scene happened. So he got some money, and then he went to the racetrack, where he actually won big. I think it was like 4 million won or something like that. Like I said, remember, always just take off 3 zeros, and that'll put you into the zone. And so he won so if that's the case, and that's about $40,000. Dude won about 40,000. Anyway, am I going too much?
No, I'm just like, I'm sad for him. I'm like, oh my God, because I'm remembering. And then the loan sharks show up, but right before they show up, he gets pickpocketed.
Yes.
By our thug friend.
Our North Korean
Let me check my drama.
person. Yeah, just check your drama sheet, which you can get at talkiedrama.com.
Number 67.
Yeah.
Number 67.
Number 67.
We don't know she's a contestant yet, but he gets she pickpockets him or something happens. It looks like she
when they ran into each other because he was running away from the loan sharks. When he ran into him, ran into her. That's when she pocketed him.
So then the loan sharks find him in the bathroom, right? And he's like, I got your money.
Yeah.
That's when he finds out he doesn't have any money. And that's when they are like, look, if you don't pay by what? How long did they give him? A month?
Yeah.
He has to pay with his kidney.
He has to pay with a kidney.
And something else.
And then in 2 months, they would take one of his eyes. I know. It's like it's funny because I remember saying that to you, and you were just as surprised now as you were back then of saying it's like there was a 2-month deal and he would lose an eye. Also,
can you live without your kidney?
Yeah, you have 2 kidneys, and so yes, you can live.
So you can actually.
Yes, we do.
So yeah.
I'm not that kind of doctor, but I do know that we got 2 kidneys.
So you can live off one of your kidneys. That's why people take kidneys.
That's why people take kidneys.
Is that for real? Do they really do that?
People really do that. That is a real thing that actually happens.
How do they get away with that? Do they have to get a private doctor to?
Why are you pointing the pen all up in my face like that?
Anyways, I did.
When it comes
black market.
Yeah, like literally. Look, it was put off as a joke. You're not gonna remember this. It was in Inheritors with Even Ho, the homie.
I kind of remember.
And I want to say, oh my goodness, Park Se-hyung.
Park. Okay. Yes.
Her. I always remember her when I look at her, but I can't remember her name. But anyway, there was this joke in there because he picked her up and he was just like, she was like, man, this is a really healthy sandwich. Park Shin-hye. So Shin-hye is like, and it's like, this is a really healthy sandwich. He's like, yeah, the alfalfa sprouts is good for the kidneys. It's good. It's he really went into that, but it is a real thing. Yeah, it is a real thing to snatch up people's body parts and stuff like that and sell them on the black market. Yeah.
Wow.
Or whatever we want to call that. But anyway, what were we even talking about to get on the black market?
Because he signed they
and so you can live with 1 kidney and you can live with 1 eye.
You sure about that? I'm just kidding. You wouldn't have any depth perception though.
It would be difficult, but a ton of people do it.
Yeah.
Right. For a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
So that was like the signing the physical right. And we forgot to do my 3 sentences.
Do you have them? Do you even have them?
Yep, I do. That's why I'm holding these papers. That's the only reason why I'm holding papers.
Do you want to do it now?
Yes.
Did we lose the magic?
No, we didn't. No, we got it. Right. So as Ji-hung loses his money at the racetrack and is forced to sign his physical rights away to loan sharks.
There you go. We just talked about
that. Was it. And loses his money. I wanted to do that on purpose because it was like loses money. How does he lose his money when he wins it? But anyway. 2, a mysterious stranger invites Ji-hung to participate in not 1 but 2 games of chance. And then 3, a simple child's game of red light, green light turns deadly.
Ooh, that's good. It was kind of nice you reading it like a little bit. When you watch a movie and sometimes they show the movie and then like 15 minutes in and then they do the credits and the title and everything. And you're like, wait, oh yeah, they never. That's how this was.
Sometimes it's like that.
Okay. I'm like, we're like 15 minutes into the movie. Now they're going to tell us the title?
Yeah, you know what? I get what you're saying. So
okay.
I think that actually transitioned as well.
This is where he meets the stranger.
It is. This is good. It's almost like we did it on purpose.
We'll cut that out. Or we will edit it out. Gong Yu, he doesn't even have a name. They didn't even give him a character name. That's how insignificant. They don't even need to give him a name. Everybody knows.
Fine ass stranger just rolled up on somebody. Dude looks good. He looks good. He's holding it down. I don't know how old. I mean, since Coffee Prince, it has to be at least what 15 years.
I feel like we talk about Coffee Prince all the time.
Oh, we do because it's
put that on
amazing.
your list. You gotta watch it right now.
We would talk about Guardian / Goblin. We would talk about it if you liked it, but you didn't like it. I'm still upset with you.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it again. I'm gonna rewatch it.
Yeah,
okay. So, anyways, that's brilliant. Who wrote this story? I mean, that's how you hook somebody in. He's just like, play a game with me. And he's like, I don't know Jesus or something.
Oh yeah, he thought he was an evangelist. Yeah, he thought he was a.
I have a long line of Buddhists.
I'm good, really.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll fix all of this in the next life. Just saying.
But he said, you know, do you want to play a game with me? And it's a child's game. I don't know if it's a child's game, but I don't even know how to pronounce it.
Definitely a child's game.
DDAKJO. It's a game where you just have to flip cards. You know, each one of you it was like an envelope, and one's thrown, and you have to get the other one and throw it on top of it to try to flip it over.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, but he can't.
Clearly, it's a difficult thing.
So basically, he just says, "I'll give you 100,000 won if you flip it over."
Yes.
And that's all he says.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't say if you don't, right?
Correct.
So the guy's like, oh yeah. So he tries to do it and he can't.
Yep.
And so the salesman is like, you owe me now.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, oh snap. We didn't talk about that part.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so his character. Like to somebody that would get themselves in trouble gambling. And
yeah, for sure.
That they, how would you explain that? They just don't think ahead. They just think right then, right now.
Yeah. Well, they think they're going to win.
Yeah. That's every time.
I remember, without saying any names, one of your relatives. It was like they won big at the slot machines or something like that, and they were just like, and they were like, but I knew it. I knew it was going to happen. It's like you can't know that's what's going to happen. It's like with that little child's game, there is a little bit of skill involved, and so therefore, you would think that you have a little bit more control of it. But slot machines, you have zero control, zero, absolutely zero control in a game like that.
Character of a gambler that's addicted to gambling. They think they're going to win every single time.
Yeah, they think that they're going to win that next time, right? It's like so that's why they keep on. That's why they keep on going for it. That and the thrill of it and all of that stuff. And so
the salesman says that how did he put it? Because it was so funny. He's like, you can pay with like I'll take
with your body. You can pay with your
body. That was freaky. Because I was like, ooh,
yeah, I
know, where's this going?
Yeah.
I thought the character Gi-hoon, I thought he was gonna be like, no. Yeah. I didn't sign up for that, but
he slapped him quick enough though. It's like you weren't left in that space for very long right? And so he just slapped him. Bow! He was like $100,000 to slap. Oh, 100,000 won. My bad. 100,000 won to slap.
And so apparently he kept playing.
Oh yeah,
he got a lot of slaps.
He got a lot of slaps and he got a lot of money.
And then he got a lot of money. Yeah. And so then that's where the salesperson asked him, do you want to, raise the stakes here? We have other games.
Yeah.
And he says no. He's like, no, I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
He says no.
Yeah, he turns it down.
So he gives him a card with his phone number. So I thought that was genius. Like just kind of entice them. He'll call. Like they know.
Of course.
Because he knew everything about him.
He did.
He was like, listen, you've already owe your body parts.
Yep. He said you're like 160.
He gave him the list.
160,000 won. No, 160 million won.
2 loan sharks you owe. You're divorced. You've been divorced for 6 years.
Yep.
You were laid off at some motor company. You have 2 failed businesses, and you owe the bank $250.
250 million won.
Something like that.
Yeah.
250. He just said 250. He's like, you owe the bank 250.
I think he's well, since they're talking about millions, it wouldn't, if they said 250,000, that's $250. That's not a big
deal. I think they meant won.
Yeah,
They
so
didn't
it'd
have
be
to say it.
250
Okay,
million.
okay.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, because every time I hear the word million, I freak out. But in Korea,
It's not as much.
yeah, 1 million
And
won
it's
is
his daughter's birthday.
$1,000.
And it's his daughter's birthday.
It's his daughter's birthday. Yeah, he
So-
knew all the
So
details.
he told him all that.
on him.
So
Yeah.
he ends up leaving, just leaving him there, gave him the card with the phone number though, and so nothing
Yep.
else happens. And then the next scene, the whole thing with his daughter. He has no money to buy, he has no money left to buy her chicken.
Yeah.
He goes to a claw machine.
No. So okay, go ahead.
He goes to
Because the daughter scene happened before he interacted with the stranger.
no.
Yes, for sure.
No.
Because after he interacted with the stranger, he had all this money.
Okay. Well, I guess that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because that's not what's analysis knows.
Yeah.
Got it.
So let's just talk about what did happen with his daughter before. I just started talking and didn't even really look at my notes
Got it.
because we just watched it
Yes.
like last night. So it's still kind of like,
Fresh in your head.
so I'm not even looking at the notes. But anyway, so he needs a gift. He has no money. He takes her out to go get like the rice, the little rice cakes in the sauce. And she said her mother calls it junk food.
I'm sure it is.
It's junk food.
I'm sure.
Oh, this is just rice, right? Rice and hot sauce.
I mean, it's super processed though too.
Yeah, it's probably why it would be, but it's so good. If you've never had it, it's so good. Okay.
I'm not big on it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's just the hot sauce. It's so good. The sauce that it's in, it's so good. The golden chain, it's good. Anyways, so they're eating that, and he's like, "Sorry, I couldn't get you the chicken." And she's like, "Oh, this is where you hear that, she lives with the mom and the stepdad because they had already gone out to eat steak."
Yeah.
And he's kind of hurt.
Oh yeah.
A little bit. And he had to give her a gift, so he goes to the claw machine, and that's where he finds a gift. And a little boy helps him because he keeps losing all his money.
So that's what I'm saying, right? It's like he didn't have any money. But after he interacted with the stranger, he had a few $1,000s.
Okay, and I'm just gonna trust you on that one.
Okay, please do.
So he gets her a gift from the claw machine.
From the claw machine.
And it's kind of cute because the little boy helps him, and it's a box already wrapped, so he doesn't even open it, right? So he's so excited to give it to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's all cute. And then I'm thinking, he doesn't even know what's in it. Like,
oh, you actually thought I didn't even think
for a second I was like, oh, I wonder what's in it. Not that it would be bad because it's a kid's game.
Right. You would think.
Oh my God, it's a fake pistol.
Yeah. Fake gun. That's
Pistol.
A lighter.
So when she, yeah. And he's so like, he just kind of like, look, the girls nowadays, like they
equal rights.
Yeah.
Equal rights. Is happening. Girls can go into the military.
He's like, you need to know. Oh, women don't go into the military.
That is true.
Very interesting, because in South Korea, you have to do what,
It's
2 years?
compulsory. Yeah, it's compulsory for all men to
I
have
don't
to
even
serve at least
think
2 years in the
What
military.
about, do women not want to go? Can they elect to go?
That is a great question. I do not know the answer to that.
Oh, interesting.
But as far as women's rights go, when it comes to military service, it's like I'm fairly confident the United States is pretty far ahead of that curve.
Really?
Yeah. As much as there's not a ton of people who do it, but
yeah, but there are
opportunities. Yes.
Oh, never even occurred to me to think about that.
Yeah.
We should look that up. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so you have the whole birthday scene. He goes back home, talking with his mother, and then he finds out that, well, we have a scene with him dropping the daughter off and the little encounter with the mom, and they don't have that great of a relationship, right? The mom's barely even talks to him.
Yeah.
Just to scold him for coming, 5-10 minutes late.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes back home, and that's when he finds out that his daughter and the family the mom and the stepdad are moving to the US.
Yeah.
And so the
Yeah.
mom is scolding him like, look, you need to get it together.
Mhm.
If she goes to the US, she's gonna forget how to speak Korean.
Yeah.
She's not even gonna know you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so that gets him thinking, and that's when he calls.
Indeed.
He gets his card out and he calls, and he gets picked up.
Yes. It was
Why are you
so
laughing?
shady. It was so shady. It was so well done though. Like it was well done, but it was like, what? But yeah.
Yeah, he gets picked up in a van, and the driver is covered. And then you see after he gets in, he has a face mask.
Yeah.
I mean, the heavy duty chemical ones, right?
Right.
And he gets in, and there's other guys in there.
And they're all asleep. They must be tired.
Yes, they're sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
he's like, oh, I guess there must, well, it's late.
Yeah.
But then
True.
that's when you see that
The mist come
the
in.
mist
that
come
puts him
in
to sleep.
that puts
Yep.
him to sleep.
Yeah.
Or you just like, what the heck?
Well, I already knew that they were going to get kidnapped into the space from what I read, and so I was literally just wondering how it was going to happen. Like, how would they not know? And so because it's in this part of it is in the trailer.
Okay.
And so it's not like I researched it or whatever. It's just I just saw that in the trailer. They were like, "You even put us to sleep to come bring it."
Okay.
So I was wondering how that was going to go down.
Okay. So he wakes up and he's in this warehouse with hundreds of that. Well, we know now because there's like
456. 456.
Contestants is what they start with.
And he's the last one. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
He was the last number. So he's in the room and everybody's sleeping, and then they all wake up, and then they all, are gathering, congregating
huge
together.
System of bunk beds. Yeah.
Yes. And then that's where we meet the first contestant, right?
Yes, the older
man.
Oh my goodness. I already know I'm gonna love this guy.
Yes.
I already know.
I wonder how long he's gonna be in, because he's not one of the main roles.
I'm sure he's gonna die. I'm sure he's gonna die, and I will probably cry over this. That dude, I'm loving that guy.
Yes. So he meets him, and then we see a room with a whole bunch of workers, but they're like in red robes, face covered.
Yeah.
So any of the people that are working this, we don't see their face.
Yeah.
They're all covered and they're on the computer. But then you see one person in black, face covered and everything. And he looks like he's probably the one that oversees everything, in charge of everything, possibly. And then going back to the warehouse with all the contestants, there's the girl shows up.
Yep.
And she the pickpocket. She's number 67. She gets into kind of a argument with the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, were they working together? No.
He must have saved her in some way, shape, or form. Brought her over probably or something like that. Or found her.
Okay.
And then he started helping her out. They started hustling together. And then she went solo.
Okay.
That's what I gathered.
That's right, because she said she went independent or something.
Went independent.
So they're arguing, and then our main guy, Gi-hoon, number 456, he recognizes her.
Yep, as the pickpocket.
And so then he starts accusing of them two working together and stuff. So you had that little interaction of them. The guy that she's fighting with, I don't think
I think that guy accused Ji-hoon and the girl of working together, but anyway.
Oh, okay. So
we got muddled in there.
Yeah. So we have that, and then what happens is that's when they do like an orientation.
Yep, they do the orientation.
And the contestants, they start like voicing concerns. They're all like, "What's going on here? Like why
are your faces covered up? In order to keep confidentiality, in order to do this. Why did you kidnap us? Well, because we did this and that, just try to maintain your security and all of this stuff. I mean, all of it sound like good reasons.
Yeah.
All of it sounded all up and up. I mean, but they did kidnap them. You should have been at least a little. Yeah.
That's not kidnapping.
They got in the van, they put them to sleep. No, that's bad.
But you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But they weren't really kidnapped, kind of.
They were really.
They got in the van.
They got in the van, but they were put to sleep. That's kidnapping.
Okay. And then they had to all sign a waiver. So you see them all. They're basically
Yeah,
said
they
leave.
explained the game.
They're like, if you don't want to do this, leave.
Well, they said you will be eliminated. So who no one does. You don't know what that means.
I thought they meant like right now they could leave.
Yeah.
Did they say that?
So you'll be eliminated from the game.
But one of the rules was, oh, are you saying that they said you could be, if you leave now, you'll be eliminated?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they said? Okay,
Yeah,
we know what that means.
Yeah, we can roll back the tape on that one and see if that's what they said, but I'm pretty sure that
Okay, because we know what they mean when they say eliminated.
We do now.
Okay. So, they're signing the waiver. They also did mention, listen, we'll stop the game, but everybody has to be in agreement. They said that.
I don't remember that part, but okay.
So, anyways, yeah. And then they,
I'll believe you on that.
Okay.
Because now that
We'll go back
now that you mentioned and now that you talked about the time order of it, I think I might be wrong about the money part.
Really?
Yeah, I might be.
Okay.
So
Well, you guys get the point.
It's been a long time since we started one of these things. So,
Well, I feel like this is all brand new. Like
that
that
in the video. So
that in the video and yeah, okay. So anyway,
still working on the lighting. The same.
No, I think it looks good. Don't you?
The video is way crisper. We got. Yeah, my wife looks good.
Stop it. Okay. So they start the first game, like at the end of the last quarter of this episode, they start the first game.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you haven't watched it and you're just listening to us, I mean, you may want to turn this off.
Yeah,
we're
right
doing
now.
video and podcast.
Turn it off now and watch it.
Watch it and then come back.
Then come back.
Because this is going to be spoilers. And you don't want to be spoiled. Like just turn it off. Just stop and watch it.
So stop now. Okay, so let's go and let's talk about this thing.
Thanks for coming back.
Yo, straight up, this to me.
They're playing Red Rover.
No, it was not Red Rover. That's not Red Rover.
Oh no, Red Light, Green Light.
Red Light, Green Light. Yes, and that's the title of the episode.
So they play that in South Korea too. Maybe they have maybe they have their own name for it. I wonder if they have a different name.
Well, they titled it Red Light, Green Light. So.
That's what the subtitle said.
No, but they did like the red light, green light.
Yeah, doesn't mean that's what they named it. That's not what it's called.
True. Okay.
Anyways, we play red light, green light here in the US when we were kids.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what that is, I mean, and you haven't watched the show, basically one person is the light, and you have all the people playing over there, and you face them. And you turn around and say, and you turn them, you have your back towards them and you say green light, and they get to run. The object is to tag you and they win.
Yes.
So at any moment you can turn around and say red light and they're supposed to stop. And if anybody moves, remember they're running fast. So sometimes, you can't just stop right away.
Yes.
And if they happen to move, then they're out. But in this episode, they're out.
You out. Bang, bang. Yeah.
We were like, what were you like when you saw that first person get?
I knew already. So, but
I didn't know.
It didn't make it any less startling.
Wait, didn't he do something? Who was it? The first guy. Did he move? Didn't he keep running or something? Like he didn't believe it.
Yeah. Or like they made a bet. Like the him and some other dude, they made some kind of bet or something like that. I'll get there before you do. And they bet like 1,000,000 won or something like that.
Oh.
And then he must have, he just kept on moving. Bang, Gonzo.
Yeah, and then after a couple minutes, the guy's like, "Get up now, you don't have to."
Yeah, they made it's like exactly.
And then he was And that's where I was like, "Dang, like this is for real."
This is for real.
And it was just a child's game. Genius! What a great! You're like, these are child games. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but in my mind, I'm thinking when you're a child and you play these games and they're so innocent, but there's real life situations where you're like, this is for real.
Yeah.
Like this is real life. Not that this game was real life, the show.
Right.
But there's certain situations. I mean, the kids play with guns, and they're like, people are going to war and dying. Like that's for real.
Yeah.
This is not a game.
And some of these, the things can kind of translate themselves into these games, and we don't understand like the origin of the game or like the saying or what's going on. The thing that's kind of the thing that's kind of jumping into my head right now is the whole thing of like ring around the rosies, right? Pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. That was actually, from my understanding, it was started. That was like a little nursery rhyme or like whatever from. I want to say the bubonic plague. Yeah, where it was like ring around the rosies means it's like if you get a ring around your cheek or something like that, then pocket full of posies was like you're gonna take this person, flowers. That's the posies are flowers. Ashes, ashes, and the only way to deal with it was to burn the bodies.
Burn bodies.
In order to stop the like infection from going. Yeah. And so just stuff like that where just like whoa, right? And then but anyway, but this was this struck me. It's like even though I knew it was coming, I literally knew it was coming. The mass carnage scene was so
I was like, is anybody gonna be left?
Oh my goodness. I thought
because
it
people
was
were freaking
pure
out.
Genius the way that they did that scene. I mean, they literally eliminated like 300, at least 300 or so. Like
that's perfect. Yeah,
350. Like it was literally like got rid of like honestly probably more like 400. I mean, really, there was not a whole bunch of people left.
Were you thinking, is anybody going to be left? Because you're freaking out. The main thing you want to do is run. You're not thinking, well, hey, we're still playing the game.
Yeah.
Who's thinking not to run because you're not thinking that this is a game.
Yeah.
You're like, they're shooting us. But there was a few people that didn't move. They realized.
Yeah, I mean, they ran down these numbers down to, I mean, like I said, if there's more than 100 people right now, I'd be surprised. Right. I mean, because that mass carnage scene was absolutely freaking epic. That scene hit me like in Game of Thrones. Like I only watched one season of Game of Thrones, but when they killed the lead character, the king, when they killed, I was just like, wait, what?
I didn't watch it, but I know what
you're saying. And so with this one, when they just literally wiped out like something close to 400 people, 400 of those contestants. Like I said, it's something close to that.
Yeah, I can't remember our faces. We were just like,
I was just like, I'm like, whoa! Oh my god! I thought, like I said, I thought it was pure freaking genius. Pure genius.
I know.
I loved it. I loved it. That was amazing.
I can't believe they're just making these shows are just so good.
Yeah.
The last few things we were watching, just amazing.
Yeah.
So they kept playing, and there was a few people. And contestant number one, the old man.
That's why I love him. I love this guy because he was just like, oh,
it's a game.
It's a game. And I mean, literally, and just it's like, and he has literally nothing to lose because he's gonna die anyway. Like
that's right. He has a brain tumor. So
and so he's just like, man, I'm playing this game. Are you kidding me? Like, just gonna do the thing. I love that about that character. And I love that there was a person in there that was very altruistic, right? Who saved our main character from falling and getting killed, right? And I'm looking forward to the dynamic between the gangster and that one, like how that girl and that gangster are going to be incorporated, and then his homie, the guy who made it out of his old neighborhood, who went to the university and everything, and it's like that he got caught for, I guess it was embezzlement.
Stealing money of his clients.
Yeah, and then so I cannot wait to see how this thing keeps on going, because now that you're looking at it, right, it's like the game part of it, like the game part of this cannot be that big of a like the way that they set this whole thing up. It's all the psychological stuff that's really the main part of this, but the games are probably going to be actually a very short part.
It's everything else.
Everything. It's all the other stuff.
We didn't really talk about his childhood friend.
Yeah.
Because our main character, he meets up with his mother. She's like at a food vendor, and he's talking to
Mhm.
her, and he mentions he went to SNU, I got him in, or something like that.
Right.
There are like two or three colleges, I guess, in South Korea. Like, it is prestigious
Yeah.
to get into one of those schools.
Right.
Like, everybody works towards that.
Mhm.
The whole country,
the entrance exam is a beast. They
Yeah.
literally, the education system actually allows them to prepare for a whole year. They don't no coursework. It's just you're allowed to stay in school for a whole year and just study for that.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Parents, aunts, and uncles, like they, if you get to go to one of those schools,
Mhm.
and you'll have, your future is set for you.
Exactly.
And so that was a big deal that, maybe if you didn't know watching that,
Yeah.
because now look at where he is.
I know.
He's supposed to be set for life. His mother doesn't even know that he's there.
I know.
And so that was a big deal.
Yeah.
But his friend is there.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be interesting to see them two
Right.
interact with each other, because you have, the guy who went to SNU. He had, supposedly it's going to have this great future.
Mhm.
And then you have the main character who, just keeps failing at everything he does.
Right.
And how they're going to like juxtaposition those two together.
Yep.
Because they're in the same place.
Indeed.
Look at what happens, but they're in the same place.
Right.
And so
yeah.
I'm wondering if that has any connotations about going to school and not going to school. Why are you laughing?
No, I like it. I like it. No, it's good. It's good. You're just like,
that's kind of been on my mind.
Yeah. No, the idea that you're wondering like what this represents.
And it's funny.
It's amazing. I like it.
You like laughing at me.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing that you're doing that because you normally don't. That's not your thing. That's my thing. My thing is to think about what's this supposed to represent and all of that.
Dumb.
I didn't say that. I said that's just not your thing. That's not what you do.
Anyways, I was thinking that.
You are incredibly smart.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
Okay, thank you. Stop it. Okay. You know what we didn't say?
What did we not say?
I did mention that there was the guy in the black who's watching the games on TV. Before the games start, he's on the telephone.
Hmm.
And then the game starts. So I'm wondering who he's talking to.
Who is he talking to?
How about that?
He's like relaxing. He's
Mhm.
relaxing, playing
Enjoying.
jazz.
That's right. You have that whole scene where the
whole
jazz
thing,
thing.
And clearly, he knew
That's
that there was going to be
weird.
some mass carnage in that space, and just
It reminds me of that game, Deal or No Deal. Remember that game where he would have to pick up the phone to call?
Yeah.
Suits, the big people.
Interesting. Okay.
So I'm wondering who that is.
Right.
Maybe it's going to be like the president or something. Who's going to be controlling this whole thing?
That's what I'm talking about, because I was wondering.
And he does take his mask off.
Yeah.
Why do you think they did that? Like, why do we need to see him take his mask off?
Maybe
it looks like a man, short hair.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, you can't tell gender by hair, but
no, but it could be
because it was
just the way it looked like it might be a man.
And it was colored. I remember it being like an orangish yellow.
His hair
was colored. Oh, you know what? I might have been looking at something different, but
maybe we need to watch.
No, but I'm wondering, when it comes to, just the symbolism of this, right? It's like this is the lower, like this is something about like the lower rungs of a society, or people with lack of moral character, right? Because that's something that I talked to you about in Kingdom, and how zombie movies and stuff like that, they're representing something. And so clearly, I think that South Korea is going through a whole thing about the corrupted moral character or something like that, and maybe in capitalism and how those two things are tied together. Remember, I'm not saying to anyone that capitalism causes corruption. I'm saying that the idea that these two things are blended together, and that we're seeing this in this combination when we've seen it already in Train to Busan. We've seen it with, and I would argue that we saw it in Kingdom. Like I said, this corruption of moral character, and then these high stakes consequences that go with it. So clearly, to me, there's something going on. Like I said, that in South Korea, maybe that there's something even more so, like this resonates even that much more
breakdown of
because of
society.
of how society, what's their society is struggling with.
They were playing the music "Fly Me to the Moon." Did you think about anything about that? Did it signify anything?
Did not signify anything to me. Not at all.
Well,
we'll see.
I'm excited. I can't wait to watch the next episode.
There's only 9. There's only 9.
Okay. Thanks for listening or maybe watching. This is Talk K-Dramas with Bruce and Dallas. Check out our Instagram and website. Yep. And what else? Subscribe, like us, say something nice.
Indeed. Don't say anything bad. We're still working on it. We're still working on it
right now.
Can't handle it right now. Can't handle it.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.